Welcome to Good Games Spawn Point, the show for younger gamers by gamers. I'm Hex.
And I'm Bajo.
And I am D.A.R.R.E.N, data analyzing robot for the ruthless extermination of noobs.
Yeah, well, I have a long name too, Darren. I'm Bajo, which stands for best at jumping over things.
Oh, nice one.
But that would be Barjot. Is the T silent? Is that French or something?
Yeah, it's French. Bajo.
Nice. Okay, well, mine is Hex. Heaps. Epic. There's not really many words starting with X. But
Well, X-ray, xylophone, zyphodon.
Well, zyphodon, that sounds cool. What's that?
An extinct genus of mammals found in the European tertiary formations. It had slender legs, didactylous feet, and small canine teeth.
Heaps epic zyphodon. Well, that'll do, I guess.
Yeah, it's perfect, especially because you have canine teeth. Now, last week, Darren reviewed the latest Just Dance game.
Affirmative.
So it's only fair that we review its competitor, Dance Central 2, this week.
And Goose and I will be going to university to meet some spawnlings who are learning all about games.
But first, it's time to have a look at the latest Dragon Ball Z game, Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Affirmative.
If there's one thing Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi does well, it's teach you Japanese words. Tenkaichi! Sorry, I just wanted to practice.
And what does Tenkaichi actually mean?
Well, there's not much point in learning words in a foreign language if you don't know what they mean, Bajo.
I know what it means. It means Bajo was great.
Negative.
Yeah, it does.
In the English translation, Tenkaichi means the best on Earth.
Yeah, Bajo is the best on Earth.
Bajo.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z 2 Ultimate Tenkaichi is no ordinary fighting game.
Not the best on Mars, though.
Unlike, say, Street Fighter or Tekken, you don't need to have the concentration of a karate master to do it well. The new combat system is pretty easy to learn, which is helped by a really helpful tutorial system.
Yeah, the combat system only has a handful of moves, and some of them are pulled off by a rhythm section that's a bit like Guitar Hero, while others play out like rock, paper, scissors.
It sounds a bit strange to describe a fighting system like that, but it does actually work really well. Even though you don't have to do much, the fights are quite spectacular and really match that epic feel of the animated series.
Did you just say epic fail?
No, epic feel, Bajo.
I think you did. Darren, can I get a playback?
Affirmative.
Really match that epic feel of the animated series.
See?
I said corrected.
New to the game are moves that smash through the environment. One of them looks like a meteor crashing into the ground, which leaves a smoking crater.
I like the way you can fly around in the game, like Batman, but obviously not as cool as Batman. There are mini games where you get to zoom around in the air to missions, but even the fights themselves take to the skies. Unlike other fighting games where you're stuck to the ground with superglue, the fighting takes place in all three dimensions, which helps it feel fresh and unique.
New to the series is the Hero Builder mode, where you can build your very own Dragon Ball character, changing their hair colour, skin tone, and many other features.
It's weird that you can only create a male character, though. I mean, it's just a bit frustrating for us who'd prefer to play as a female character within the Dragon Ball Z universe.
Or as a robot. If memory serves, there was a character who was both female and a robot. Bit of an oversight.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is very strange, isn't it? You're making a character, why can't you make it what you want? Fans of the TV show and the movies will enjoy the game because it has elements of both in it, although this game is a completely new story.
There are dozens of characters from the show in the game too, including Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, and they show up in heaps of the cutscenes that look just like the cartoon.
There's online and local play where you can teach noobs the power of your ki, but no matter what you're doing in this game, you're going to be spending a lot of time staring at loading screens.
A loading screen is a picture or animation shown by a video game while the program is initializing the game information into the machine's memory.
There is a really boring minigame that you can play during the loading, but it's really dull.
But that's not the worst thing. The thing which drags down this experience overall is that the combat just becomes incredibly repetitive. The first 2 hours are really fun and exciting, but then it doesn't do enough to change it up, so you're just doing the same thing over and over again and going through the motions.
The game does occasionally throw new things at you to spice things up, but even these don't always work. In particular the boss fights, which can be really hard. I mean, I got stuck in that giant ape battle for over an hour.
Did you rage quit?
No, but I did feel like the game was playing unfairly.
Yeah, me too, and normally I'm a massive fan of giant ape battles. The problem when you have an unbalanced difficulty curve like this is you'll be playing it and it'll be really easy for a while, and then you'll just hit a tough point and that'll just make you want to stop playing, but then after that it may get easy again. But we should wrap this up. Hex, what's your final score?
Well, there's a reason these games keep getting made, and it's not because they're getting 10 out of 10 rubber chickens, but Dragon Ball Z fans just love to be a part of this universe. It is a far from perfect game, though, so I'm giving it 6 out of 10 rubber chickens.
For me, it was that easy, impossible rhythm that brought it down, so I'm giving it 5 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Hey, Bajo, can you guess my power level?
Is it 7?
Negative. It's over 9,000!
That's pretty high. I'm gonna go read the news.
Nice one, Darren.
Affirmative.
Over 9,000. More like under 9,000. Right, well now it's time for news from around the world. Video games may be able to help those with Parkinson's disease. This disease affects the nervous system and causes involuntary movements of limbs and difficulty in walking. In a recent study, 20 people suffering from Parkinson's played custom-built games which awarded points for matching specific movements. The results showed that over half of the participants improved their balance, walking speed, and stride length. TV shows may become a lot more like video games in the future. Microsoft has announced plans for interactive video programs. Both Sesame Street and National Geographic will create programs allowing for mini-games and interactive content along with traditional TV shows. It turns out that almost half of us gamers do not like buying downloadable content. A survey of 3,500 gamers showed that just under half had not purchased any downloadable content in the past year. The main reasons given for not buying DLC included privacy concerns, lack of return policies, and it being too expensive. Right, better get back there and see what those two are up to. Chair activate! Chair activate, go! Darren broke my chair.
Darren, I am so sorry. After all that high five training, I just don't know the strength of my own high five.
No worries, it's as good as new.
What's that noise? Oh, Darren, it's you. You're ringing.
Affirmative. Good game, spawn point. Darren here.
Darren, where are you? I'm waiting.
On my way. Launching in 3, 2, 1.
Say hi to Goose for us! Oh, and all the spawnlings!
I think he's scented his smoke. It's got a minty flavour.
It's lavender.
Oh, lavender.
Oh, Darren, you're here finally. You're a little late.
I'm not late, you're early.
Okay, well, what's with the bandage?
A little studio malfunction.
All right, well, we'll take care of that, and then let's get started.
Affirmative.
All right.
Off we go.
Game On is an annual festival held here at Macquarie University. This year, they're focusing on the positive aspects of gaming. It's a day about getting involved, learning, but of course, lots of games.
The Game On Festival has arisen out of the project work that we do with students, and we wanted to give an opportunity for the public to become aware of the benefits of both playing and designing video games, and also for them to have an understanding of the opportunities in employment in the game industry.
I think we've got an amazing range of indie developers here, and I think that's something people in Australia are really interested in seeing.
So, Becca, you guys are Convict Interactive and you've made Triangle Man. Can you tell us a bit about the game?
Okay, so it's a puzzle platformer. It's a bit of a Punisher. Pretty much the idea is you are a triangle and you're trying to make it to the end of every level without dying. Well, we get to see everyone's reactions to the different games, because so far we've just had either our friends or other developers play the game, but we really want to get the public to see what they think of the games that we're making.
There's a couple of people that have come in and had a look at our games, which is always good to see. And they're really kind of liking that childish game that we've made.
The first step, I would say, is play lots of games and think about games. It's really crucial that people start not just kind of playing games in their spare time, but really start thinking, why does this game work? Why do I like this game? Getting a sense of the range of games that are available, from the small indie titles to the big blockbuster hits.
But guys, it's not all about hard work here today. There's still plenty of other fun things going on.
That's right, Goose. I found many spawnlings who are getting involved and learning all about a future in gaming.
Hi, my name's Lorelai and I like Minecraft Minecraft because it's made of cubes and you can punch things with your fist.
I've learned that there's a lot more to the game than just playing the game. There's a lot of journalism and media involved as well.
I came here because I like playing games and I enjoy Just Dance too.
Darren, there's just so much to do here today. There's zombie shooting, Dance Central 2, Minecraft. It's hard to know where to start.
Well, before you get too excited, Goose, we need to get ready for our presentation.
We're doing a presentation?
Affirmative. It's about to start.
Does everyone here like playing games?
A good review will let you feel what it's like to play a particular game, even if you've never seen a trailer of it.
Can you charge your laser at least?
Okay, we can do that. Okay. Charging my laser!
That's enough.
Well, it's just great to be back at the Ask Good Game desk, but Darren has this film of grease on everything. Everything is just so gross and
all right, well, we should just get on with it then. How about we go to this one from Patrick in Ballarat, Victoria.
It's just over everything. It's on my chair, it's on my clothes.
Oh, it's on my keyboard.
Hey, this is kind of fun. It's so slippery. Oh. No, not fun. Not fun anymore.
Are you gonna...
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I found a stylus down here.
Hi, GGSP. I was wondering, is there any skateboarding games for PC not online? Thank you.
Help you.
Just be careful. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Great. I'm okay. Bad news, I'm afraid, Patrick, as the newer skateboarding games like Shaun White or Tony Hawk are console only.
Yeah, but if you're happy to play something that's a little bit older, then Tony Hawk games are available on PC and they're still fun. We'd say either Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 or 4 are better options. Speaking of Tony Hawk, let's move on to this one from Eamon in Ipswich. Ipswich?
In Queensland.
Yep.
I used to live near Ipswich in Queensland. Hey GGSP, should I buy Tony Hawk Shred or Ride? Please answer. Thanks, Eamon. Hey Eamon, more bad news I'm afraid. We'd say steer well clear of both of those games. The idea of playing with a fake skateboard might sound cool in theory, but it's actually completely terrible. Both Tony Hawk's Ride and Shred are widely considered to be the worst Tony Hawk games ever made.
Let's go now to this one from XPM in Adelaide, South Australia. Dear GGSP, is Captain Falcon in any other games besides Super Smash Bros. Brawl? Thanks. P.S. Hex and Bajo rock. Darren is a noob.
Yes, XPM, Captain Falcon is the star of the F-Zero series. A lot of spawnlings may be too young to know much about F-Zero, as the first game came out back in 1990, and the most recent is 6 years old now.
And sadly, there's been no announcements of any new games in the series, which is a shame, as I think it could make a really great 3DS game, since the original was one of the first games with 3D graphics. Now, let's move on to this one from Nafuno in Minecraft, Victoria.
Hey, good game, please answer these two questions or I'll become a noob. What is your rating for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, and what is better for playing that game with, a controller or steering wheel? Thanks.
Well, I gave Hot Pursuit an 8.5 out of 10 rubber chickens, but you rated it even higher, didn't you, Bajo?
I did, Hex. I gave it 9.5 out of 10, but if I were to look at it again, I'd give it 10. It's a perfect racing game. The insane speed, the crashes, the chases, the music, autolog which tracks the stats of all your friends so you can try and beat them. So awesome. And personally, I'd say arcadey races with huge power slides and weapons just feel better on a controller to me. But serious racing games like Gran Turismo or Forza are better with wheels, although in the recent Forza, the handling was much better, so the controller was quite good too. So many choices.
Right, well, let's move on to this one from NT Dog in Flagstaff Hill, South Australia. What's up, Hex and Bago? Please answer this question. I've asked this question a million times, so just answer. Hex, what is your natural hair color? And Bag, why are you so obsessed with Batman? He's just a guy in a rubber suit and a servant. What superhero needs a servant? Well, NT Dog, my hair
Just a guy in a rubber suit? Next question, Hex.
But I was gonna...
And Alfred's not a servant. He's ex-Special Forces and almost a father to bats. Next question.
All right, well, let's go to this one from Falstag in Brisbane, Queensland. And it's blue. never mind. Read the question.
Hi GGSP, my question today is what is ping? PS, Hex is the best gamer. PPS, Bajo is too babyish, sorry. PPPS, D.A.R.R.E.N is a total noob. Please reply, thanks. Not a baby.
That's a good question, Falstag. Basically, ping is a way to measure latency, which is the time it takes for information from an action you make in a game to reach an online server and then return to you.
Yeah, so if you press jump in an online game, then that command has to be sent over the internet to the server you're playing on and then come back to your computer or console before it can happen. Ideally, you want a ping of less than around 150 milliseconds, which makes it fast enough that you won't even notice you're playing online. But if it gets much higher than that, that's where you get lag. And lag is the enemy of every online gamer. Personally, I won't accept a ping higher than 5. That means you have to be inside the internet.
Wow. Okay, well, let's go to this one from Sicarus in the not-so-safe city in Victoria. A ping of 5?
Yeah.
5.
Yep.
I think that's really unreasonable, to be honest. 5.
5.
Like milliseconds.
Yeah. So it's like, how much?
Hello! I enjoyed the game Portal 2, but for some reason it doesn't work anymore. Sigh. It keeps coming up with this message and saying, fail to load the launcher DLL. The specified module could not be found. I play Portal 2 on the PC by Steam. Please help me.
Well, Sicarus, there's a simple way to fix this. In your library, just right-click on Portal 2 and select Properties from the menu. Then in the Properties box that pops up, click on the tab Local Files, and then click on the option to verify integrity of game cache. This will check all of the files for the game on your computer to see if there are any issues. And if it finds any, then it re-downloads and fixes the broken files for you.
But if that for some reason doesn't fix it, then we'd suggest completely deleting your game from your computer and re-downloading it from scratch.
And if that doesn't fix it, you could try reinstalling the video card drivers, reinstall Windows, otherwise you might have to get a new PC. It could get more complicated from there, but hopefully you'll solve your problem with those tips. Time for just one more Hex.
Okay, well how about this one from Montana in Euston, New South Wales.
What is the most popular game in his Terry? Please let me know. P.S. Hex is so cool.
Aw, thanks, Montana. And that's an interesting question, but it kind of depends. If you're talking about game franchises, then Mario is king with over 260 million games sold to date around the world. Pokemon games are the next biggest with just over 200 million games sold. And then comes Tetris at 175 million, and The Sims is hot at its heels with 150 million games purchased.
Ah, Tetris, my Achilles heel. I never know what to do with the one that looks like that. Where does it go? It doesn't fit anywhere.
Oh, but that's great, because it's so versatile. You can do it sideways, or you can do it like that, and it blocks up those.
It's gotta be a glitch. But if you're talking about the single most popular game ever, then I think it does go to Tetris, having sold well over 100 million copies in its lifetime.
Although, you could say that the sales aren't the same as popularity, since Angry Birds has had over 400 million people download and play it, but only 12 million have actually bought the game.
And let's not forget the fact that Solitaire is on just about every PC in the world, and there are over 1 billion of them.
Well, that's true, so I guess that Solitaire is the most popular game in history?
You know, I have never sat down and played Solitaire in my life.
Really?
I don't know how to. It's confusing.
Really simple. No, I can show you.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just get
Hang
all
on.
the cards. There's
Like
4
this?
different cards, and then you have to put... What did you do?
We'll be back next week to answer more of your gaming questions. If you
Bajo.
have any, please send them to us here.
Bajo, what did you do? Why won't this work? Where are my cat pictures?
I teleported them all into space.
Bajo!
Hello, space.
Left, to the right.
Oh, Darren, you're back. Just in time to get our groove on in Dance Central 2.
Affirmative. I have found the gameplay to be very similar to the first one. In order to score maximum points, you must mirror the dancer on screen flawlessly. Cards will scroll up the side, letting you know which moves are coming up, and body parts will glow red for the moves you performed poorly. Special gold cards are worth 4 times as many points, and at the end you're given a score and a star rating based on how well you dance.
Now, I know I'm not the best dancer, so it's a good thing that the Break It Down mode is back. There are now options to go back or skip the current move you're on, and even record a short video to compare yourself with the dancer on screen. But you know what? After a bit of practice, I think I did pretty well.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now that you got it, let's get it.
Well, the best thing about Dance Central 2 is that you can select certain moves and practice them again. I mean, there's always those 1 or 2 moves within the dance that are harder than the rest, so it's great that you can hone in on those and practice them without having to do all the moves before it. Plus, during the countdown, the dancer on screen will actually be dancing the move that comes before it, and it goes into the next move at the end. It just gives you a better chance of landing the next move if you can see it coming.
And now it has proper multiplayer too, so that means no longer does one person have to jump out so the other can jump in. You can have two on screen at any time. There's also battle mode, where at the end of each section, 4 different dance moves appear on the screen, and the first player to complete any of them gets the points.
Additionally, there are spotlight sections where one player solos for a bit and gets double points for it. These features made it feel more like a dance battle rather than just who can get the highest score.
Dance Central 2 also has Crew Challenge.
Sorry, you're late. Auditions for our crew were last week.
Hold up, Amelia. You might want to make an exception. From what I heard, there's serious potential here.
In this mode, your job is to impress increasingly skilled dance crews by dancing your way to a certain number of stars.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dude, you can rep for us anytime.
The fitness mode has also seen a bit of a revamp with set playlists from sprints to warm-ups. The game tracks the amount of time you've been dancing as well as the amount of calories burned. I don't see myself using this particular mode, but it's good for those who want to get a bit of exercise at home.
You can also play any song or access the Break It Down menu using just voice commands, and it's much easier than the gesture controls.
Xbox skip. Arm, let's keep it flowing.
And I just love being able to talk to technology. Well, most technology. But what did you think of the actual dancing, Hex?
I really loved it. I think the choreography is great and it fits the songs really well. I actually felt like I was learning some real dance moves that could potentially translate beyond the game. It's a shame this one wasn't in there though.
Oh, maybe at my next party we could have a dance battle.
Darren, why do you never invite me to your dance parties?
Oh, that last one was for robots only, Bajo.
But I can do the robot, look.
Oh dear.
Well, anyway, guys, we should wrap this up. I think just despite some of the cheesy dialogue before and after some of the songs,
What can I say? You can't argue with scores like that.
I think this is a great dancing game. In fact, one of the best out there, and you can learn some real moves from it. So I'm giving it 9 out of 10 rubber chickens.
What I love about this is not just the same game with new songs, there are new features. And it's great playing with a friend, so I'm giving it 8 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Do it again, Bajo. Do your robot.
Okay, this one I've been working on for years. You ready?
Okay.
It doesn't even look like a robot.
I am a robot. I am a robot.
Just because you do a robot voice doesn't make it a robot dance.
Affirmative.
Well, sadly, that's all the time we have for this week, but we shall...
Just hold on 1 minute. I have some D.A.R.R.E.N badges to award for my I'm No Noob challenge.
Ah, that was Cube Field, wasn't it? That's a good game, very tricky.
Affirmative, but I'm pleased to say the Smallings have excelled themselves. Over 300 submitted scores for adjudication. And these 10 achieved scores high enough to warrant the awarding of a D.A.R.R.E.N badge.
So who got the highest score, Darren?
Mr. Legend, with a score of 23,158,215.
Whoa!
Affirmative. I will send Mr. Legend a prize pack of bits and bobs I've collected over the year. Oh, as well as a badge, of course.
Well done to all of you. And Darren, I think that might have to be your last challenge for the year because we're running out of episodes.
Affirmative.
That's right, only 3 to go for the rest of 2011, so we better try and pack in as many of the new game releases as we possibly can.
Affirmative. Let's see, we've got Ratchet and Clank All for One, Sonic Generations.
The new SingStar, which is called Dance Star. Probably ruined it.
That's the spirit, Darren. There's also Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games and Zelda Skyward Sword. Ah, so many.
Now, if you've been wondering why Darren has a giant Batman clogging up his Darren cave, well, it's the prize for a competition we've got running over on Adult Good Game.
You have to draw a Batman comic strip and include at least one of us in it as well.
Now, you are able to enter if you're under 18, but you absolutely need a grown-up's permission to do so. And they can also help you find out information on exactly how to enter on the Good Game website.
Well, till next time, gamers, may all your games be good ones. Hex and out.
Bajo out.
D.A.R.R.E.N out. Hey, maybe you two could have a dance-off right now. Compare your dance moves.
Okay.
At the same time.
I call this one the troll.
Why?
Because you get more troll-like.
It's your favourite move online, isn't it?
And then you go like this, you just go, nah.
You do look like a troll. It's much better than your robot, I have to say.
Trolling is our art.